toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what, told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car till you get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head I'm top 10, yeah that's hands down. You a squad, now you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now. Drive a race car like a Atari now. Call filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Do me wrong, might slide on you. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. I'm a warrior, I go back to back, then go back to back. If I top the top, then I double back, and I'm topping that. Yeah, I beat my own records. Yeah, I gotta get money fetish. Same team, I don't set trip. Never dull, this electric. Went and put the Ricks on my toes. Me and bro, that's the give and go. Stay 100, end zone. Keep them coming. I know. I won't flood my wrist, no, I'm not dumb like that. No. I just wanna give my mama 100 racks. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home.
What's up? Welcome to the bottom line. All right, my name's
Oh, yeah.
and that guy over there. Who's that? Who is this guy over here? Who's that guy? That's the Falcon fan, the one and only Canteen. Yeah, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. Been kind of in a little hiatus doing the summer breaks, taking the week off and a week on, but we're back on today. That's your favorite song there? Can you hear it?
Go hard. Go home.
Yeah.
Go home.
Exactly. Go hard or go home, baby. Yeah, welcome to the show, episode 23. And here we go, man. We had a great, kind of had some time on, time off, doing some things.
Yeah.
I had a busy week, busy month. Last 4
Busy
weeks.
month. Yeah.
Had a grandbaby, Maverick. Shout out to Maverick out there, grandbaby.
Yeah.
And wow, that's hard to say. It's kind of a weird thing to say, but yeah. And then my daughter got married in Mexico. Mazatlan, Mexico.
May?
Yeah.
You got married in May, right?
No, in July. Remember, I was out there in Mexico. Yeah. Come on, man.
Okay, that's right. July.
Come on, bro. All right. Yeah. Shout out to my son-in-law, Elias Sturgis. He's now Mrs. Abigail Sturgis. So shout out to them. Yeah. We've been on and off. We've been hard, man. We're trying to get it going. Football season's just around the corner. Yeah, football season's just around the corner. Both college and NFL. It's gonna be big, but this is the bottom line. When we episode 23, we appreciate you guys. You want you to share, like, comment, do all that good stuff. I'm gonna throw on the chat. Maybe we can get some stuff going.
Get some comments in here, man.
Get some comments in here. Let's see what happens. But anyway, so yeah, a lot going on this summer. I know you're trying to make it down here. Maybe you can make it down here to Texas. We'll see what happens. 573 members real quick on the Facebook group. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna pull something out, bro.
Okay, 573 members of the Facebook group. We appreciate it. Yeah, we'll do something. So it looks like we're going to push it to September. We'll go to Saturday afternoon to September. We'll see what we got, but we thank all the members right now. Canteen says he wants 1,000 by Labor Day, so I don't know if we're getting there. We're almost at 600, so
man, we'll
get there. Let's go. All right. Welcome to the show. We appreciate you guys. I have some new headphones here. My son got me these on my birthday on the 28th. He also had my birthday on the 28th, anniversary on the 30th. So a lot of stuff going on this month. But yeah, fantasy football. Look at our Facebook group, and if you want to be in a fantasy football league, go ahead and get over there on the Facebook group and go check out the fantasy football. Go join our fantasy football league. It's just for fun. It's not a cost on this one. We thought about kind of wait, should we do a cost one and, somebody win some money sometime. But maybe next year we'll do it. But this one just for fun. But I think we're going to have the draft on the 28th. The fantasy football league draft on the 28th. So anybody want to jump on? Oh, there's my cousin. I'll say hello to her. Hello, Ema. Yeah, so there we go. Anyway, she commented earlier. It didn't show up on the chat, but yeah. So yeah, we're here and we're trying to do the fantasy football. Go look on the Facebook page at the Bottom Line Sports. You'll see our picture on the front, and the very first thing, it's pinned at the top. You can do the fantasy football league. We still got a few slots, and the draft is on the 28th, the Sunday afternoon on the 28th. Fantasy football league. Let's go. All right, let's do some quick hits. This is called the Bottom Line News Line. Hitting some quick hits. He had a couple of weeks where we haven't had a lot of stuff talking about, but DK Metcalf admitted last week, prior week, that he was bluffing the Seahawks in his negotiation before when he said he was going to be a holdout with the general manager, John Schneider, and the two sides get closer. So he said, I was going to be here. I was pretty much bluffing to John. He said last Friday, I wasn't going to leave, just to let y'all know I want to be here. I want to play here, and I'm glad that we got something done. So he was just bluffing him. Bluffing. What do you think? It's pretty funny, huh? Do you think he was really bluffing, or now he's just saying that? I don't know.
No, I think at the end of the day, man, when they had to give that guy something, they had to put him something on. Their entire organization at Seattle right now, what they got?
Right. I mean, they lost Russell Wilson. So
decent defense. So
right.
I don't think bluffing, and I think they came down to the nitty-gritty $72 million deal.
Right.
Like 50-something million guaranteed. So I
mean, if you lost him, what else you got?
If you lose Metcalf, who else you got? But I think Metcalf, them keeping Metcalf and them. I think they came from Denver that went there. I think it's Simeon or somebody.
I don't know. I guess they're going to run with Drew Lock as their quarterback.
Drew Lock, yes. I mean, they got no choice.
I mean, because Baker's gone. The only thing you got out there that possibly is Jimmy G. He could come in. Possibility.
They have to give up a lot to get. I think they have to give up a lot to get Garoppolo.
Well, I think a lot of teams are waiting for them to release Garoppolo and get him on the cheap. I think that's what they're waiting on.
But you know where he's going to end up at, right?
What?
Atlanta. Come to Atlanta.
Jimmy G to Atlanta?
If I'm Arthur Blank, I think that's a smart move.
I thought you thought you was touting Mariota. How you gonna have Atlanta?
I think Mariota's good.
Yeah.
Jimmy G.
Okay. We'll see.
See.
All right, we'll see.
We look
all
at
right.
stats and
Oh
numbers.
yeah, well, shout out to our couple people watching. Go ahead and share, like, do all that stuff, comment, do all that good stuff. We appreciate you. Make some comments on there what we're talking about. But anyway, just doing some quick hits. Newsline. Trevor Lawrence says Travis Etienne, I think that's his name, his running back. He got injured last year, but he says he's in better shape. A star running back. He didn't play a single down after his rookie season. He suffered a serious foot injury last preseason, and he had to sit out the whole year. But he's saying obviously he was great. He played great. The quarterback. I think he played with him at Clemson. I'm not sure. Right?
Played with Clemson.
Yeah, but now he said his body looks good. This is Trevor Lawrence talking about him, his running back, and I think he's running really well, picking up the offense, doing great job and protection. So what do you think? He's gonna do well? You think he's gonna come back and have a great second season? He missed the whole preseason. I mean, they worked together. You saw how Jamar Chase and what's it?
Guy.
I can't remember his name. Why can't I remember his name? The Bengals quarterback. Jeez. Yeah, what can't I remember his name? Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing.
I can't.
Yeah, I had a lot of
think of the dude's name, man.
Yeah, I know his name. It's in the tip of my tongue. Somebody type it in the chat.
Cincinnati Bengals, man. Joe Burrow.
Embarrassing. But you see how they were teammates in college too. I'm just saying maybe this will work out the same for him and
so the relationship that Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase got is phenomenal.
Joe Burrow, that's his name. Good Lord.
So I think that Trevor Lawrence and his other key, I think they're gonna hit off well and really be dominant.
Yeah.
On both sides of the ball.
And we're talking a little more Jags here in a minute. We're talking a little more about Jags in a minute, but we're just kind of. He just says he's touting him, saying he's going to have a great year. So apparently, we'll see what happens. He definitely missed him last year. They had 3 wins last year. Wow, that's not good. So anyway, also Nikolai Jokic signs a 5-year.
Oh, hold on, man.
With the Nuggets. What's up?
Somebody said no grass with any quarterback. They're terrible. I think I know who said that.
No matter what.
It says no matter what, the Falcons is gonna be trash with any two boy.
Is that Fitch?
Be there.
Who is that?
Jake. Tell your boy Jake, get in the chat.
Tell us who you are. It's just a Facebook user on here. So unless you go register on a little website, it won't tell us who you are.
Montoya.
Jake Montoya, you think so?
I see the comment.
Tell us who you are, Facebook user.
Jake Montoya.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Play
I
his
don't
music.
know.
Tell him come on in here.
Play Jake Montoya music. You gonna call him out? The Bronco lover
that's him.
wants to come on the show. Come on the show. Anyway, all right. So moving on. It's supposed to be a pretty quick one. So Nikolai Jokic, he signed a 5-year extension to the Nuggets, demolishing deep and decorated field. Oh wait, that's not it. A 5-year extension with the Nuggets. So it's a good thing for the Nuggets to sign him to a big year deal. I mean, he kind of came in and then he wasn't really well touted. I mean, it wasn't a big deal for him. I mean, as far as when he came in, he wasn't like this big name, and then he wins 2 NBA MVPs. It's a 5-year, $264 Supermax extension. He's a 2-time MVP, 2020, and they got him now through 2028, 2027,
the next 6 years.
Is this good for the Nuggets? Is this a good thing for the Nuggets? I'm listening. LOL. If y'all want to, during the break, I'll get on. Okay.
Trash.
I think that is Jake. How'd you know that was Jake?
Trash. I told you, I can see the Facebook comment. I got on my iPad and my phone.
He said, just speaking facts. Oh, okay.
All right, so back.
It don't matter who you get. It don't matter who you get. That's what he said. All right. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on.
All right, so what
I like the comments.
I think it's a good move for Denver, man. I think for them to hold on to him, and they got a good supporting cast. I think
he's their best player.
The hump, man, and
he's their best player.
Top 3.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's their best player. He's the MVP.
He's the best player they got.
Yeah. Yeah, but then they didn't they lose a player? I thought they lost a player, free agent. No.
Let me see.
I know. Last year he had a couple of the guys that played with him. I know they were hurt, so he had a rough season. He had the guys who score. Let me see if I can get it on here. But last year he had some people hurt, so he was basically the only one. He was kind of all by himself out there. I was trying to remember who it was. What was that player's name? Jamal Murray. He was hurt all year, and so was Michael Porter Jr. So they had a rough season. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's see if they can seal up everybody else. But another news, we're kind of get through this. Charles Barkley says he's staying with Turner Broadcasting. This was about a week ago. He was entertaining going to be a broadcaster at Live Golf, that new golf league. He told ESPN Thursday he had not received a formal offer from Live, but he did talk to Greg Norman, the CEO. Said he met with him. He said he was in a win-win situation, and they would offer him something good. That would be great. If they don't, that's good. He's got his job at TNT, but he said he was happy at TNT. He doesn't have any plans on leaving. That's kind of interesting. They wanted him to go do golf over there. That'd be a big name, though. No? Charles Barkley doing golf?
Basketball. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So let's talk a little NBA. Let's get into a little bit of debate here. Talking NBA, a couple of NBA topics real quick, and then we'll get into the NFL, because the NFL is in full effect right now. The first preseason game happened last week, or this past Friday. But Jason Tatum broke his silence on Kevin Durant about a week ago. He says, "I love our team," and that he loves their team right now. There was rumors that Boston might try and make some trades to get Kevin Durant over there. It seemed like those talks have stalled and dwindled. Chris Broussard from ESPN, he said that he firmly believes Kevin Durant will start the season in Brooklyn. But another guy, Rick Bucher, said he's not so sure he'll be in Brooklyn next year. What do you think? Is KD going to be in Brooklyn next year?
I firmly believe so at this point. I don't think.
Are you surprised no one wants to trade for him?
No, it's gonna cost him a whole lot to get him. I think to get a guy like that.
Right, it's gonna cost too much.
I mean, the Lakers could give up Westbrook, but the Lakers are pretty thin right now.
Nobody wants Westbrook.
Yeah, he washed up. He ain't got.
He ain't washed up. He just does. He's a hard fit for any team because he has to have the ball. And he's ball dominant, and then he thinks all of a sudden he's a 3-point shooter, and he's not.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Westbrook's just tough. I mean, and here's the thing with Westbrook that's hurt him. He's never been a great shooter, right. But now that he's lost a step athletically, it's starting to show even more. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to show. So I just think that Westbrook, if he never developed that outside shot, he never developed a 3-pointer. It's really starting to hurt him. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else on that one? You good?
I think it's a good fit for Westbrook. If anybody really traded for him, what do you think he'll fit with?
Right. So speaking of the Lakers, we're about to talk about LeBron, but do you think there was some talk about possibly bringing him off the bench? What do you think? I don't know if Westbrook could even go for that. He doesn't see himself as a bench player.
Nah, man.
Could Darvin Ham, the new coach, maybe put his foot down and say, "Hey, you're gonna come off the bench." Or you think that's just too much, a bridge too far to cross to get him to be a bench player? Maybe the 6-man guy,
Like fit for the organization, and I think Hamlin order to that team. I think the last coach they had was Frank
Vogel.
Yeah, Vogel wasn't cut for that job. Man, it takes a special guy to go into LA and kind of structure it, because you got too much talent, too many stars for them to be.
They're just gonna have to live with him, right? I guess live with Westbrook.
Yeah.
They're just gonna have to.
Yeah, unless they can get rid of him, but who gonna play?
No one want to take him unless they release him and just say. I mean, to be honest, I would say, hey, just release him and just pay him. I mean, because if they release him, they're gonna have to pay him something. He's got some guaranteed money, so and just swallow the bill, swallow that pill, and just release him.
They should trade for Kyrie.
They're not gonna go for that trade for Russ.
Yeah.
You think KD wants? I don't think KD wants to play with him anymore. I don't know. Let's see. All right, all right, it's that time of the show. NFL time. Can you hear that? Here, let me cut this out. All right. It's time to talk a little NFL. So the Hall of Fame game was Friday night, signaling the beginning of the NFL season. Quick question on this one. So the Jaguars and the Raiders played at the Hall of Fame game, and what did you say it was before we came on that game?
Okay. Hey, so I got off Thursday. They put some meat on the grill, and it started raining like crazy.
Oh man,
bro.
Yeah.
Raiders look good.
Well, you know they didn't play none of the starters, so I mean but it's signaling that the NFL is starting, so that's a good thing. But anyway, so they played Friday. So the question here is, because none of the starters played, but who, of course the Raiders won 27-11, but who is more likely to exceed expectations next year, the Jags or the Raiders? Now the Jags only won 3 games, right? But the expectation is a little high for them, a little bit higher. I think they're expecting to win more than 3, but who's gonna, I'm thinking most expectations probably have the Jags 5 or 6 wins, right? And then the Raiders, they're in a tough division. So a lot of even though they're going to be a pretty good team, they're in a tough division. A lot of their expectations is that they'll finish 3rd or 4th. So who's more likely to exceed expectations here? The Jags obviously they both have new quarterback, new head coaches. Jags have Doug Peterson, he won a Super Bowl with the Eagles, and then of course the Raiders have Josh Daniels. So what are you thinking? Who's going to exceed expectations? Who's going to have a better season than they did last year? Like, this was their season last year. Who's going to really hit a higher mark? The Jags or the Raiders? What do you think?
I think the Raiders are going to knock it out the park, man. The Raiders will
really
win at least 10 or 11 games.
In that division?
Listen.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Okay, go ahead.
Wins.
I hear you out. Okay.
You got Josh Daniels as coach. I mean, you got David Carr. You got the pick up for the Raiders. Their offensive line, defensive line is pretty solid. Running back game is good. Threat receiver. Here's how I look at it. Raiders.
Okay, go ahead.
The Raiders will win. The Raiders will probably end up finishing in 3rd place.
Okay.
Possibly miss the playoffs. AFC is going to shake it up a little bit. There may be 3 teams that can possibly come out of it, but I think it's a strong possibility based on all the powerhouse you got.
Okay, so most people have, I think, Raiders around 9-10 games. So if they're going to exceed expectations, how many wins do you see them getting?
The Raiders got to win at least 12 games. At least 12. So you
think they're going to win 12? They're going to win 12 this year, probably.
I feel good about. I feel like I said. Okay. I feel good. The Raiders can win at least 12 games.
Wow. Okay. So they would exceed expectations if they win 12 games. Yeah. So what about the Jags? You don't have as a high expectation for them? You think they're gonna? They only won 3 games. They don't have. They don't have to go too far to exceed them.
So when you look at the Jags, you already know who's gonna win that division. It's gonna be the Indianapolis Colts and your boy Ryan.
Well, think about it though. I mean, there's been a lot of quarterbacks. The one that comes to mind right away is Patrick Mahomes. He set out his first year, and then the next year he came out guns blazing. I think they went to the AFC Championship game. Was he win MVP that year? I mean, Patrick Mahomes sat out a year. What do you think about? You don't think Trevor Lawrence sitting out that year playing that year and then coming into his 2nd year, he's gonna have he's not gonna be that much better?
Trevor Lawrence ain't even in the top 10 of all quarterbacks right now.
Well, right now I'm saying, but you don't think he's gonna improve from last year?
7 wins. 7 wins on a good day, maybe 8.
If they get 8, I think that's exceeding expectations more than the Raiders. 8 wins for the Jags. That's borderline playoff team. Yeah, I don't know.
The Jags haven't done anything since last time the Jags made the play with the Patriots.
Well, they got Doug Peterson. They got a new coach, right? Their running back's healthy now. Yeah, the running back's healthy. Who do they got? Who's their wide receivers? Let me see who they're wide. And then the other thing you got to look at is, who's they starting out with in the season. So let me see if I can get the schedule here. I'll try and share it here. Let's see here. let's just share this. So let's see what happens here. So here we go. All right, I'm gonna turn the chat off for a second so we can see this. So here is the Jags schedule. Regular season, they start out with Washington, then Indianapolis, then the Chargers, then the Eagles. What? Go back.
Week 1. Week 1.
Right.
That's a loss.
That's a loss? Okay. Week 2?
Loss.
3?
Loss.
4? 5?
Loss.
6?
Loss.
What? How are they going to get to 8 games?
Week 7.
Week 7's their first win?
Win.
Wow. That's terrible.
I mean, what do you think?
I don't know. Look, if they, well, I mean, I'm not saying the Jags are going to be world beaters, but I mean, I can see them beating the Commanders, maybe the Colts.
Lost.
They might be 1-1. The Chargers, it's going to be hard to beat, but I can see them beating the Eagles and the Texans, possibly.
Okay.
They had a pretty good defense last year. They play the Colts again, so I can see them winning one of those games against the Colts and then possibly beating the Giants. So let's see, week 7, I could see them being 3-4 by week 7. 3-4, and then the Broncos, man, they have a tough schedule. So I look at that schedule. Good Lord. Then they don't have an easy game until Detroit, week 13. And then they play Dallas, and then the Jets in 16, and then the Houston again. Man, they have a tough schedule. Looking at that schedule, man.
I told you, bro.
Man, that doesn't look good for them.
They might not
let's
win
look at
8 games.
They may not even win 3 games, to tell you the truth. I mean, that's a tough schedule. Anyway, so let's look at the Raiders' schedule. So they start out with the Chargers.
Lost.
Then they got the Cardinals. Then they got the Titans.
Win.
Then Denver.
Win. Question mark.
Kansas City. Wow. And they got to bye. And then the Texans. And the Saints.
So coming out again.
Then then they play the Jaguars. So
win.
That may be for the AFC lead.
So for them coming out the gate,
yeah,
they might win 2 games out the gate. 2, 3 out the gate.
The Raiders?
I would give the Raiders.
See, I can see them splitting these two. I can see the Raiders winning one of these games, right? And then possibly beating Tennessee. They got to play them twice. So maybe they lose this game. They got to play Denver twice. So maybe they win that game. And they lose this game. They beat the Texans. I can see them beating the Texans. I can see them beating the Saints, possibly. Then the Jaguars, that'll be, I can see them winning that game. Indianapolis will be a tough game. Then play the Denver again. I could see them splitting. Then Seattle's not any good. Man. But I'm starting to like the Raiders. I mean, I like Josh McDaniels. I like him as a coach. So, oh man, but that's a tough division. That's a tough division to be in. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm telling you, man.
So I don't know who's going to exceed. I don't think either one of them going to exceed expectations. I think the Raiders, I see them at 10 wins. And I see the Jags maybe 4, maybe 5 on the outside, 5 wins for the Jags. That's what
AFC West. AFC West right now.
What's that? AFC West?
AFC West.
You want to look at it?
Yeah.
AFC, I don't know if I can bring up AFC.
I mean, I know I'm winning my division. I ain't worried about that. I'm winning our division.
Oh, come on.
Either.
All right, let me bring up. Let's see, NFL. Let me share the screen and we can look at it here. Right here. All right, so you want to see the AFC West? That's the AFC West there. What about them? That was last year, though. So last year they were second. What are you thinking? Oh, look. Okay. Somebody's in the chat talking here. I can't see it, but here's one. Let's see. Somebody said this. Hey, thanks, David.
Who's that?
I don't know. It's David Regno. He's from he's a YouTube guy. And he said we should cancel the stream. Hey, thanks for the encouragement. Whoa, thank you, David. Appreciate you. Wow. Okay.
Who that is, man?
I don't know. He's just some guy talking. He said it was Jake, so that was Jake earlier. Yeah, he's just talking. He said we're lame. He says lame as people. He couldn't even spell right. Hey, if you're gonna curse us out, at least get the word right. All right, so yeah, let's go to the next topic. Let's move on here. So let's look at this. Aaron Rodgers appeared on the Aubrey Marcus podcast, discussed. I don't know. I never really heard of this. You ever heard of it? Ayahuasca and climbing Mount Machu Picchu. Talks about a psychedelic drug. I guess it's ayahuasca is the drug. He said that it helped him win his MVP. Let's look at this video real quick. We can hear it, and then we'll talk about it on the other side here. Let me see. Let me switch here.
All right.
Hang on real quick. This one right here. Stop sharing here. So we're going to watch this video from Aaron Rodgers. He had this psychedelic drug experience. Let's see what he says here.
Went from that into an ayahuasca ceremony with Shipibo people and here in the Icaros and the room filled with mapacho. And it was a magical.
Can you hear the video?
Magical first night.
Okay.
Of just surrendering to any of the lessons that needed to come through the grandmother spirit of the vine. And I've told this story about my trip to Peru and getting back into the country Argo style, literally taking off a half hour before the entire country shut down, as it was March 8th of 2020, right before the pandemic hit. But it was a very deep and meaningful couple nights ceremony, and I came back and knew that I was never going to be the same. And like you said, it doesn't. You don't do that, and then for me, I didn't do that and think, "Oh, I'm never playing football again." No, it gave me a deep and meaningful appreciation for life. And my intention the first night going in was, I want to feel what pure love feels like. That was my intention.
Okay.
And I did. I really did. I had a magical experience with the sensation of feeling 100 different hands on my body, imparting a blessing of love and forgiveness for myself and gratitude for this life from what seemed to be my ancestors.
All right. Interesting. Talking about his ayahuasca experience. Interesting. What do you think? What's going on here?
Man.
He took some psychedelic drug, man. I don't know.
And so man, I don't want to open a whole can of about fun stuff, and just let it be broken on that, man.
Just let it be.
There's so much I want to say about NFL.
I mean, isn't he like encouraging people to take this drug? I mean,
that's what I'm saying. He's making it like telling people to do it. Aaron Rodgers.
He's not telling them, but I mean, it is an encouragement because he took it and he's like, "Oh, he had a great experience." So, and yeah, he's tying it to his performance. Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
That's why I'm saying it's like certain rules apply to certain people. That's what it is.
Right. Yeah. It's
crazy. I want to go with this, right?
I think he should have stayed away from that. I don't know. But
yeah, because
what was it? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, see, he's a premier prominent athlete, and he
right
shove it under the rug, man. You know how the NFL works, man.
Right.
I mean, just look at the guys that take perform. DeAndre Hopkins 6 games. Then you get a guy like Calvin Ridley, he gets season. Come on, man. It's what is what.
Yeah, I don't know. What's his name? Colin Cowherd had an interesting take on it. He said that Aaron Rodgers have any accountable to. He doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have kids. He doesn't have anything. So he's just out there free flowing, doing whatever he wants. and he doesn't have anybody to kind of keep him in check a little bit. He's not accountable to anybody. I don't know. That's what he said.
Yeah,
that's kind of what he's making his point, which I kind of see what he's saying. I mean, he's kind of encouraging people to do all this. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, all right. Well, I appreciate the one guy on Twitch hanging in with us. We appreciate you. If you see this later, put it out on the Ethernet, on the internet, basically. But like, share, and do all that good stuff. We appreciate you.
One more thing before you get off.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Your take on the whole Deshaun Watson deal, man.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's just put that in there. We'll insert it. So Deshaun Watson got 6-game suspension, right?
Mm-hmm.
It came down. He got we weren't going to talk about that, but I didn't stick it in there. We had a lot of topics, but we'll talk about it. So he got a 6-game suspension. Then the league is gonna, I guess, challenge it, and they want to give him 10 to 12 games or something like that. But anyway, so what do you think? The 6-game suspension for Deshaun Watson? You think that's about right? Do you think that's fair? It was apparently a neutral. It was a separate, person who made that decision. I don't remember the lady's name, but it was a judge who decided on that based on the precedent.
Susan Rodriguez. I thought it was Susan Rodriguez. I thought her name was Susan Rodriguez or something like that, but I don't think that's the correct name. Let's
see what her name is. Peter Harvey. Blah blah blah. Oh Lord Almighty! Man. The commercial started in my ear. I'm trying to find who did it, but anyway, she said it was 6 games based on precedent that they've had before, and apparently the league they're appealing it. Judge Sue Robinson is her name. She's considered a disciplinarian officer. Judge Sue Robinson. She's a judge, but she's in the NFL. She's a disciplinary officer, is what they're calling her. Mm-hmm. And they gave her a 16-game suspension. She has a 16-page report that she put out. It says carried burden of proof. Let's see, whatever. Miss Watson violated, blah, 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 courtesy. Let's see. According to Robinson report, NFL argued Watson should be suspended for at least the entire 2020 season. However, wrote that she was bound by the standards and fairness and consistency of treatment among players in similar situations. So she said he should get out the whole season, but she said based on similar players that have been treated in the past, that she's giving them based on what they've given other players in similar situations. So you think 6 games is good? He should be suspended the whole year? Wait, is that fair? I don't know. What do you think? I mean, basically all last year.
He was out last year, so certain.
But I mean, it wasn't tied to this, but
no. So what I'm saying is, this game. Gambling is probably like the black ball of the NFL. You just spend the whole season or whatever. The Deshaun Watson situation, I think Ray Rice was it like in a domestic violence situation where he beat his like 6 games. But
people were saying that wasn't even harsh enough for him, considering what he did.
When I look at Watson, man, he wasn't. I don't think he was telling people out to keep it silent. But here's the thing: I think the NFL is trying to counteract is disagree with what he did. Are gonna blackball the NFL, right? Mm-hmm. You got to think about every game, whether it's at home or on the road. People are gonna protest. They're gonna show up in masses that disagree with what he did or disagree with his actions. That's a black. I think the NFL is going to stick him on the cross, man. They don't give him. I agree with the 6 games.
You agree with the 6 games?
I think 12 games, man.
You think it's all public pressure? It's all public pressure.
It's all public pressure, man. Because the NFL, you think about all the people that disagree and go support NFL activities and games.
Yeah,
that's like a black eye. Me?
Yeah, I mean, but here's my thing. The only thing I see is that he wasn't criminally charged for anything. So I mean, what did he really do? I mean, is he I think he has a problem, some kind of sexual addiction or something. But they couldn't find him criminally wrong of anything, so he didn't do anything criminal according to the grand jury. I mean, he may have been a little sleazy, trying to get girls to do things and maybe talking inappropriately. I don't know exactly. I mean, I haven't read the whole report, but that's what it seems like. It seems from everything that's come out that he's got an issue, some kind of sexual addiction issue or something that he needs to take care of, because obviously it's getting him in trouble with this. I mean, he's lucky for the Browns to give him a $230 million guaranteed deal. I mean, he's fortunate to have that. So I don't know. That's the only reason I feel this is fair, because he wasn't really charged with anything criminally. So he was inappropriate, I think, at times, but I don't know. It's a tough one. I think the NFL is going to end up getting him 10 to 12 games. I don't know if they can get him the whole season. I feel like the Players Association will protest that and try to come back if they try and get him out the whole season. I mean, I don't think that's fair. So hopefully they don't do that. But we'll see.
And he is going the whole season. What do you do
if he gets 10 or 12 games, I think they'll go for Garoppolo. They might go out there and try and grab Garoppolo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But who knows? I don't know when this is supposed to come out. I hadn't read. Do you know when the NFL's appeal is going to...
On Thursday,
I was
Friday,
trying to see how long they had. I can't remember how long they get in order to appeal and decide, because on the appeal, what's his name? Goodell is the guy who decides on the appeal. Goodell's the guy who decides who's going to get what. I appreciate you guys watching the show. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. But on this Deshaun Watson, Goodell's the guy who's going to decide. Now, he could get another outside person so that it's not on him. That's what I would do if I were Goodell. Because if he goes and if Goodell goes and puts him out for 12 games or even the whole season, I mean, I don't know. I think he should just let somebody else do it, and that way he's kind of got his hands out of there. Because that was the whole problem, with the last collective bargaining agreement, was that they didn't want Goodell, being the judge, jury, executioner. So, but in this case, that's what he'll be if they're appealing it. So, but that's what they agreed upon. So I don't know. Anyway, all right. Let us know what you think about that. Deshaun Watson, is that a good 6 games? Should he get more? Is it about right or what? So, all right. Let's go.
What do you think? 6? You think 6?
I think 6 is good. I mean, 8 would have been fine with me. I think 12 is excessive. I don't know, because it's not a criminal. If you go too excessive, then what happens with the next guy? You got to get him the whole season. I mean, I don't know. It just goes too far. I think they started out where they didn't go far enough, and now they're trying to compensate and go too far with somebody who hasn't done anything criminally wrong. So now they're trying to overcompensate the other direction, and I think it's gonna come back and bite them.
8 would have been a happy medium. I think 8
would have been good. I think 8 would have been good. It addresses the issue, because they have, their, I forget what it's called, their disciplinary or their, I forget what it's called. What is it called? Personal conduct policy. They have a personal conduct policy. Yeah, so that's what he violated. He didn't violate any laws, but he did violate their personal conduct policy. So that's why he's in trouble with the NFL. But at the same time, it's not nothing criminal. So you got to take that into account. But we'll see what happens. All right, so let's just let's go to the number 4 topic here, and we'll move it up a little. So Trey Lance, a 49ers quarterback, he was their new quarterback. So people playing him up. Some coaches, there's reports that he's having trouble. There's reports that he looks pretty good. This is the same thing. This is a little more like Mahomes. He sat out his first year. Unlike Lawrence, but Trey Lance sat out his whole first year, didn't play at all. This could be. He comes back. He had a lot of. He's kind of athletic, like a Mahomes guy. He's got a good arm. Comes from a smaller school. Texas Tech is a small school, but it's still a major.
He was at North Dakota State, right?
Yeah, he was. This is even smaller. It's not even. This is a what? A 3?
FCS school.
FCS school. Yeah. So, but anyway, so what's Trey Lance's ceiling this year? Based on him sitting out all last year, learning, doing that kind of thing, what's his ceiling? What do you think is his ceiling? Where does he land this year? Does he take the team to the playoffs? Do they have a winning record but they miss the playoffs? Does he have a good year? Does he have a bad year? What do you think? Does he have a great year?
Maybe he has here's what I think about these guys, man. I think they'll miss the playoffs by a hair.
By a hair, okay.
They'll
and he has a good season or a great season.
Have a good season, 9-8 season, and miss the playoffs.
So as far as himself, so they'll miss out on the playoffs slightly. He'll just miss the playoffs, and he'll have a decent season. So
have a decent season.
Maybe like 38 yards, 28 touchdowns, maybe 10 interceptions, something like that.
Yeah. He'll have
maybe an average to above average season, or what?
Scale from 1 to 10 as a quarterback, I'll give him about a 6.5.
Right now.
Okay. Right now.
I think I like Shanahan. I think he's a good coach. You see how he managed Garoppolo. Garoppolo's not a great quarterback, right? I don't think he's a great quarterback, but he was able to manage him, and he took him to a Super Bowl and to the AFC Championship again. So when Garoppolo's been healthy, he's been able, and I think Trey Lance is a better quarterback. I think overall he's got more talent. He's a little more rough around the edges, as far as he's a little more raw and needs a little more. But I think Shanahan's going to be able to manage him in a way similar to what they did with Lamar Jackson. I think Trey Lance is going to have a lot of run option, read option type get plays. Yeah. I think they're going to play to his strengths. And I think Trey Lance, they're going to make the playoffs. I feel like they're going to make the playoffs. I think Trey Lance, this is a big prediction. I think Trey Lance is going to be in the running for MVP this year. He'll be in the talk. I'm not saying he's going to be the leader, but he'll be in the top. You know how they have the top 4 or 5 guys? He's going to be in that conversation.
Your top 5 right now. 5 right now.
What do you mean? Top 5 what?
MVP guy.
Preseason MVPs, man. You put me on. You got top 5 already. MVP.
Man, I'm gonna go Mahomes.
I mean, I ain't thought about that.
Brady. Herbert.
Okay.
Yeah. I said Brady, Herbert. I ain't gonna go Aaron Rodgers, man.
Off the cuff, man.
I mean, those, man.
Who's your dark horse? I think Trey Lance is my dark horse MVP.
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, speaking of Lamar Jackson, let's go to the next topic. He gained 15 pounds coming into camp. Looks like he's trying to get a little bigger, stronger, take some of the punishment a la Michael Jordan when he was getting beat up by the Pistons. But anyway, he came in 15 pounds bigger than last year. So can Lamar Jackson get back to his MVP form? And according to you, you're saying yes, he can get back to his MVP form this year. Is that what you're saying?
Like I said, he's not a perennial powerhouse, but I think he got an opportunity. My first choice.
So what do you think the point is getting bigger to make more big tough yards? Is it just so he can take the punishment in the pocket, or is it to run more? What's the deal?
And be able to run more and be able to control it.
Take the punishment,
man. His offensive line, man, he took a lot of hits, unnecessary. But I think if he's bigger, faster, and stronger, he can make a difference in the organization.
Okay. So you think he's going to be in the MVP conversation, back into that conversation this year? Okay.
Definitely. Cincinnati's gonna take a blow this year, man. They
really?
blew it. Yeah, man. They may
Cincinnati's out.
But they may win the division, but I think Baltimore will go deeper than them in the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
Baltimore will be the second team out of that. They'll see Pittsburgh.
Really?
Anything like that.
Oh, okay. All right. So Lamar Jackson let us know what y'all think. Lamar Jackson will be back to MVP form this year, and I've got Trey Lance as one of my dark horse MVP candidates. All right, so let's see here. Let's go to our final topic for the day. So Ezekiel Elliott gave several Dallas Cowboys. Oh, not that one. We want this one. Yeah, Ezekiel Elliott. There we go. All right, so he gave several NFL goals this year. He said he wants to be a Hall of Famer. He wants to reach 10,000 yards rushing in his career. And what was the final one? And he wants to win a Super Bowl. So those are some goals that he put out. He wants to be a Hall of Famer. He wants to have 10,000 yards rushing, and he wants to win the Super Bowl. Which one of those three is he most likely to do, or any of them, or none of them, or all three of them? What do you think? Which one? What do you think about what Zeke said? Is he likely to hit any of those goals?
He'll definitely be a Hall of Famer one future.
Think so?
He would definitely reach $10,000. The 10,000
yards.
But as far as Super Bowl, he can kill Super Bowl goodbye. Y'all ain't gonna never win it. Y'all might not want to say.
What? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Bro, y'all won't win it. Y'all ain't flow.
So he's gonna be a Hall of Famer and he's gonna get 10,000, but he won't win a Super Bowl. So he'll get two of them. Two of the goals.
Once Jerry Jones hit out of Cowboy, he might win a Super Bowl. I'm just talking about right now. You know y'all ain't gonna win that. I don't know why y'all get up every season.
Hey, I've got limited expectations this year, but I got to root for my team just like you got to root for your team, right?
So who you think will win your division?
It's either us or the Eagles. I'm going to say that right now. It's either us or the Eagles right now. But, I mean, Ezekiel Elliott's got 7,300 yards, so he needs next 3 seasons to hit close to 1,000 to break that 10,000. But I mean, here's the deal, though. You got a lot of 10,000 yard rushers that aren't in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
I'm trying to think of some. Priest Holmes.
And I'm gonna tell you. Yeah.
Who's another one?
Barry Sanders.
Well, Barry Sanders is in there, but I'm saying there's a lot of. I was trying to think of who has 10,000 yards rushing in the NFL. Is it Marshall Faulk, maybe? Is he a Hall of Famer? Is he? Is he in the Hall of Fame? Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah,
Hall of Fame. Okay. Frank Gore. He just. Adrian Peterson. Okay, he's not old enough. Who else? Who else has 10,000? Oh, what's his name? Do you think Marshawn Lynch? Is he gonna get in? He's got 10,000 yards. He might not get in. Eddie George isn't even in. Eddie George is in the Hall of Fame. He's got over 10,000. Tiki Barber.
Houston Oilers, Tennessee.
Yeah, Tiki Barber has over 10,000. Jamal Lewis from the Ravens. He has over 10,000. He's not in the Hall of Fame. Who else? Steven Jackson. He just got out recently. Ricky Williams. He's got over 10,000 yards. He's not in the Hall of Fame. So there's a lot of guys out there that were good running backs. They had 2 or 3 good years, maybe 4, and then they kind of faded. And that's what so far Ezekiel has had. So I don't know if he's got to. I think he's got to win a Super Bowl and be either the MVP or something. Do something in the Super Bowl. Maybe I don't know. Maybe get the most rushing yards in the Super Bowl. I don't know, but he's got to win a Super Bowl to me with the Cowboys to be in the Hall of Fame. Even though he's a Cowboy, I love Ezekiel Elliott. He definitely has to hit 10,000 yards. I think he's got to hit like 11 or 12, to be honest. And I think he has to win a Super Bowl with the Cowboys in order to be a Hall of Famer. That's what I think.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, unless he goes off the next 3 or 4 years and he's like, and he plays, let's say he plays 5 or 6 more years and he gets like 15 or 16,000 yards or, something like that, then maybe he could still make the Hall of Fame. But I don't see him reaching that 15,000 mark. I don't know if he'll be that. I mean, he's only 27, so he's a young guy, and it just being running back NFL is tough.
Take a toll on your body.
You fade fast,
man.
Yeah, it takes a toll on your body. So I'm hoping he has a bounce back this year. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be a tough, good year. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we can make one of those Cowboy games still. Who knows? Maybe we'll make one. At least you'll come down here and we'll check it out. That's it. That's the bottom line today. I'm Flo, and that's Canteen right over there. Any final thoughts for the people out there?
Man, September 8th. September 8th. That's the hit date.
September 8th.
We need to do a pregame show, like a pregame show for Thursday Night Football, man.
Oh, for the first game? The Thursday Night Football?
I'm probably gonna take a day. Probably take 2 days to leave going to that game. It's gonna be great.
What game? What day is that?
September 8th is on a
September 8th. What is it? Thursday?
Yeah.
Let me see. September 8th. So maybe we'll have a special NFL. Is that the first game of the season?
Rams and Buffalo Bills, man.
Okay, let's go. We might do a pregame on Thursday the 8th. Do a pregame for the NFL. Hey, like, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate you watching the show. Go back and watch it. Make some comments. Share it right now. Appreciate you watching the show. I appreciate our guy on Stitch, man. I don't know if it's the same guy, but there's a guy on Stitch that he's been watching. At least one person on there. So I appreciate you watching. Like, share, do all that good stuff. Leave some comments. We appreciate you on the show.
Hey, we got to open the phone line.
Yeah, go ahead.
Back up, man.
What's that?
We got to open the phone line back up.
Yeah, we might open the phone lines. We'll try to do it. We'll work on it. Going into NFL season, we'll try to get the phone lines open up. You guys can just call in. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite player? Oh, there's look. Here, before we leave, about to leave, but here, look. Growing up, still to this day. Who's that? I don't know who that is. Tell us who you are, Facebook user. Who's your favorite player still to this day, Campton? Before we get
somebody named Andy Flores.
Oh, Andy Flores. That's my cousin. Hey, what's up, cuz?
My favorite player.
Growing up and still to this day, who's your favorite player? Man, that's rough. What do you think?
Man,
come on, put it out there.
Man, to be honest, I mean, if I had to pick a guy I really like, and I like Shannon Sharp. I love Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp?
Shannon Sharp.
Favorite player and still today. Man, who's my favorite player? Who's my favorite player? It's got to be a Cowboy. Man, y'all are going to like this. Tony Romo, baby. I love me some Tony Romo, man. He was great. He got a shaft. They should have put him back in there when he was healthy. Dak shouldn't have taken his. Mahomes is probably one of my favorite players. I mean, but he's still playing. I mean, we're talking about for this. I love Mahomes too. Hey, Renee, appreciate you watching the show. Yeah, I love him too. I love Mahomes. You know, I'm a big Mahomes player. Roger, okay, Roger Staubach. He's a good player. So I think my cousin said Roger. Yeah. There's a guy named that's my buddy. Yeah. He says Dak. He also says Mahomes. But I appreciate y'all coming and thanks so much. Like, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate you coming and go back and watch the show. Let us know what you think on all those topics. But yeah, Tony Romo, man, he got a raw deal. The catch, no catch with that.
Yeah, I had a Super Bowl with Romo, man.
Yeah, the catch, and then when he got hurt, he should have come back. You know, he just has this little soft spot in my heart for Tony Romo. And then I don't know. He's a great broadcaster. So he's one of my guys. I like Roger too. I like Emmitt Smith. He's one of my favorite players too. The playmaker, all that good stuff, man. All right, man. We appreciate you watching the show. What happened? You all right, Denton? You were frozen. All right, we appreciate you watching the show. Episode 23. See you next week. We appreciate everything. Come on. And make some comments, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate you. See you next time on The Bottom Line.